Today's programming was made possible by financial support from viewers like you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm Alan Brinkley. You may know me as the author of your textbook. Today I'm here to tell you about the strains on urban life in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. As you probably already know, cities became more and more congested during this time period, and the lack of public facilities and services like sanitation led to hazards. For example, lower level housing and tenements often lacked proper sanitation and relied on outdoor privies or just nothing really. And this led to an influx of human waste invading the streets. For example,
it's such a beautiful day, such a beautiful day. Oh my God, are you crazy? What are you doing? That water is dirty. Ew, I'm not sleeping with like a bajillion people. Oh my God, ew, another murder.
There are 4 times as many murders now in 1900 than 20 years ago.
that body was right. The late 19th century saw a dramatic increase in murder and other violent crimes. Police forces, which had always been informal and private enterprises, now became public, and nearly every city by the year 1900 had a public police force. However, these police were often corrupt and brutal as a result of political patronage. They also dealt differently with white people and black people. In the words of NWA, the police. Street Arabs, or homeless children, represent the increased amount of poverty that came with the growth of American cities. Now, public agencies often did nothing to help because they were run by the middle class, who often saw poor people as lazy or unwilling to work. Philanthropic organizations couldn't help because they were often religious-based. If a Catholic man were to walk in to a Protestant-run philanthropic organization in 1892, he wouldn't get help.
Oh my goodness, I'm so alarmed by the growing number of street Arabs.
Pollution, pollution, pollution. Pollution. There was a lot of pollution in American cities. Reason for that was big industrial companies dumping their waste anywhere. In the skies, in the waters, anywhere. It's needless to say that the number of respiratory problems and other waste-related issues were much higher in urban areas than rural areas.
I'm really thirsty. I'm gonna go get some water now. I think I'll get some water. Ew, why is this brown?
A huge number of immigrants rushed towards American cities, many of whom did not speak English, and they needed help adjusting to American life. Now, many ethnic communities were able to create self-help organizations, just helping their own communities. But many were not. Many inner-city residents were not able to do this. So instead, they looked towards the political machine, or the urban machine. The urban machine was created out of the political vacuum that encompassed American cities. There was a huge growth in population, but not really a growth in political power. Now, leading each organization was a boss. The main point of the boss was to gain political power and influence. This meant gaining the loyalty of his constituents. Sometimes these would be benevolent things like giving food to the homeless or jobs to the unemployed or bailing someone out of jail. But also, these political organizations were a way of making money. Politicians used a complex form of grafting and corruption to ensure their political power and get lots of money. In conclusion, a huge strain was placed on both the citizens of large cities and city governments. This was a result of an increased population density, congestion, and a severe lack of public services like sanitation, help for the homeless, and an effective police force. Look, I could go on and on about social or city problems during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, but I won't. They're all in this book that I wrote called American History, a Survey. It retails for $99.99, which is surprisingly a lot less than your average textbook. I'm Alan Brinkley. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation.
Today's programming was made possible by financial support from viewers like you. Thank you.